This is Rooted by the River, an SRC parenting podcast. None of us have parenting figured out, but I'm so glad you're coming on this journey, a journey to grow as parents while we raise and disciple our children. Rooted by the River is here to equip your family to root deep in the living waters of Jesus and his love. I'm John Homas, the family pastor at Spanish River Church. On this preview episode, I want to give you a glimpse into what Rooted by the River is all about as we go on a parenting journey together to equip you to better disciple your children. Well, first of all, why Rooted by the River? That imagery really comes from Psalm chapter 1, which says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night." And then here it is. He is like a tree planted by streams of water that yields its fruit in its season, and its leaves does not wither. And all that he does, he prospers. Just as Psalm 1, a wisdom psalm, talks about the man who follows the Lord and is faithful to him, maybe that imagery is helpful as you think about your family, like a tree rooted by the river. Well, first of all, we're Spanish River Church, but we always talk about there's life where the river flows, that Jesus offers living water in himself, and that as we root deep in him, both ourselves and our families grow. And so we want to equip your family to have life in Jesus by being rooted by the river. What does that mean? Well, a lot of parents approach parenting wanting controlled outcomes. If I do these things for my kid or with my kid, then I am guaranteed that the child will turn out this way, or that they will do this thing in the way that I ask them to do. Many parents misunderstand Proverbs 22:6. It's one of the most quoted verses on parenting, and it says this: "Train up a child in the way he should go, and even when he is old, he will not depart from it." Now, a lot of people act as if that is a promise. If I do this, then I am guaranteed this controlled outcome. If I raise my child a certain way, then I am guaranteed that they will turn out this way. But this verse isn't really about a controlled outcome. It's not about a promise. Rather, it's about a principle. It's really about a best practice. It's saying that if we send our child in a certain direction, if we form them to know and love the Lord, then more than likely that is the direction that they will be shaped to walk in the rest of their life. And even as we think about this podcast, I'm not approaching this podcast as a parenting expert. And if you follow what I say, you are guaranteed that your child will do these things. That's not this at all. Rather, we're on a journey of exploring best practices. What are the things that you do when it comes to raising teens that are more than likely to help your child thrive? What do you do in your marriage as you have these crazy kids running around your house that'll help you stay connected to your spouse? We're approaching this podcast as exploring best practices rather than fixing controlled outcomes. So just let that be an encouragement to you, even as you think about your own parenting. I know, especially if you have teenagers, you feel a lot of pressure to make sure that things happen, right? Take the pressure off and let's just focus on doing the things that are going to bring life to your children and life to you and help you root by the river of Jesus' love. I'm really excited about our first 3 episodes. Launching September 17th, our first official episode, I'll be interviewing Jill D'Agostino, who's a therapist at our Spanish River Counseling Center. And we're going to be talking about how do you talk to your kids about the birds and the bees. The next week, I'll be interviewing Eric Blythe, our Director of Worship Arts here at Spanish River. And we'll be exploring how do you use music to disciple children in your home. And then after that, I'll be talking with Laura Jensen, the director of our middle school student ministries, about kids these days. I know that I had a generation I grew up in, and you had a generation you grew up in, and I was shocked to find out that our 6th grade class coming up this year is a totally new generation. We're now past Gen Z in the Gen Alpha. And Laura and I will be exploring what she's seen in youth ministry over the past decade. So tune back in September 17th. You can find us on YouTube or all major podcast platforms and clips of us on Instagram. We'll see you then. Thank you for listening to Rooted by the River, the family podcast of Spanish River Church. If you're watching on YouTube, leave your takeaway from this episode in the comment section. If you found the episode helpful, send to a friend or leave a review, which is a great way to help others find this podcast. Feel free to send your questions in to rootedbytheriver@SpanishRiver.com. Thanks again for listening.